It's the semi-final time, the business end of the tournament. Hello and welcome to Waadaplaya Concussion Sub Retired Out series, where I have Suman, an early start from the US, and Mayur from Bangalore to preview the Pakistan versus New Zealand, the first semi-final being played at Sydney. The news from Sydney is that Pakistan has lost the toss and New Zealand has elected to bat first. Starting with you, Mayur, first of all. Long time no see. How are you doing? And what are you expecting of this game?
I'm doing good, and expectations of the game, I would expect it to be a cracker of a game, but I don't mind whoever wins. I'm not supporting any side in particular, but I would want it to go till last for 40 overs as a semi-final should be last, not a one-sided match. Yeah.
Excellent. So when Pakistan has had the better of New Zealand in the semi-finals, and the two semi-finals, the 1992 semi-finals, they won chasing in Auckland, and even in the 99 semi-final, they won chasing. I don't remember which ground it was in England. Good toss to win for New Zealand, but Pakistan would still fancy their chances with a great bowling lineup.
Absolutely. I think this is a fantastic toss. And as we all know, in any knockout games, batting first and putting runs on the board is always important. So New Zealand will feel confident. And we all know Pakistan chasing versus Zimbabwe, what happened a week ago. So New Zealand will definitely be much happier side. But having said that, Pakistan are pumped after the previous outing. They have this outing, which Matthew Hayden also mentioned that calm before the storm kind of thing, and this will be Pakistan bowling versus Kiwi batting because New Zealand, if they have any weaknesses in that batting order, right, and hopefully Ken Williamson does not contribute to the negative side of the team because this is do or die situation. So yeah, exciting times, man. First semi-final. Looking forward for it. Like Mayur said, neutral audience, but thrilling to see what comes out of after the 40th over.
Yeah, Mayur, obviously Pakistan has come out of nowhere into the semi-final. People were expecting South Africa to have an easy game against Netherlands, then Bangladesh had a shot, and then suddenly Pakistan is in. And a lot of people are commenting that no one wants to play Pakistan because they are so unpredictable, and on their day they'll easily beat anyone.
Yeah, I mean, Pakistan, yes, they are unpredictable, but if while chasing Bolt and Saudi can get the ball swinging, they are in trouble because Rizwan and Babar can give them a steady start, but definitely they are not in. Don't doesn't look like they'll give them a flying start. And yeah, I think it's more of New Zealand. Only their bowlers can win their match unless Devin Conway's placed like they played in the tournament opener. Because there are just three batsmen I see which can give them big runs: Williamson, Phillips, and Conway. The rest are not looking settled, and I don't understand why New Zealand is not shuffling their batsmen because match after match the batting order remains the same. It's same like how England used to be in ODIs many years back. But yeah, Pakistan, I think it's either the bowlers doing the job in the opening 6 7 overs or their all-rounders who will win them the match, like some big hitting from Shadab Khan or Harris. I don't see Babar or Rizwan scoring big even in this match. But yeah, it's Pakistan's all-rounders versus New Zealand bowling. That's the bigger clash, I would say, because they'll still negate Shaheen Afridi, Nasim Shah, and all. But yeah, their all-rounders look more spirited than their batsmen.
So when a word on New Zealand, every time we have any predictions going on at the start of the tournament, no one gives New Zealand a chance, and then each time they will make it to the semi-finals or the knockouts, and they'll give a good run for money for any opposition. So great credit to New Zealand's depth in their cricket and how they go about in the IC tournaments.
Very underrated. I think the promo of India and New Zealand tour right after the World Cup is already out on Amazon Prime. If you watch the video, Ravi Shastri says that New Zealand always punches beyond the weight, whereas Simon Dole says, I don't know why new everybody says they are punching beyond their weight. They've always been a consistent side. But before I forget, Pakistan has declared the entire nation as a day off today, just for the semi-finals. So entire nation will be watching. This is amazing times, and I think they will look to relive the 1992 series victory over New Zealand semi-finals. But again, it is a fantastic toss to win. Sydney Cricket Ground, I think 4 out of the 5 last occasions, batting first team has won. So the stats are skewing heavily towards New Zealand. It'll be up to Pakistan to see what surprise they will spring.
Absolutely. In fact, both the teams have not lost a game in the tournament. Pakistan had that incredible win against South Africa. Shadab Khan, the hero there. Then New Zealand beat Australia. Devin Conway getting the 90, and New Zealand also beat Sri Lanka with Glenn Phillips getting that 100. So both teams have had a very good run. Also, all the 3 games were won by the team batting first. So very interesting to see what happens. Quickly going through the team, pretty much unchanged side for both of them. New Zealand, Finn Allen, Devin Conway, Kane Williamson, Phillips, Daryl Mitchell, Jimmy Neesham, Santner, Saudi, Ish Sodhi, Lockie Ferguson, Trent Bolt. Mayur, considering Sydney has traditionally been a sprint friendly pitch, New Zealand is quite underrated side when it comes to the spin department. They've got very good spinners, Ish Sodhi and Mitch Santner. They do their job pretty much every occasion they go out in the field.
Yeah, they do it, agreed. But on the other side, Pakistan will tackle spin better than any other English sides like England or Australia. But
Yeah.
I think, their Pakistani pacers can trouble New Zealand batsmen. Satner and Sodhi might keep the run rate in check, but I doubt they'll create like a match winning spell where they just run through the batting order.
On the
Interesting.
Pakistan side, obviously they had that one change where Mohammad Aris came in instead of Haider Ali, and he's been that X factor ever since he's come in. Getting those quick runs against Bangladesh and against South Africa, kicking things off for Pakistan. So. Any obviously Finn Allen is the one they have to look out for from Pakistan perspective at the start, and then Glenn Phillips, probably some of the danger man from batting perspective for Pakistan.
Yeah, New Zealand batting lineup, they should be very focused on breaking that opening partnership, because we all have seen both Finn Allen and Devon Conway when they get off. What can they do? All eyes will be on Kane Williamson. Glenn Phillips is again, like both of you mentioned. But what would be really interesting is the Pakistan batting lineup, because we have seen Rizwan and Azam not clicking this tournament, but Mohammad Harris, who's coming of his age, people are calling him as Surya Kumar Yadav of Pakistan. So if Pakistan end up do promoting him to an opening batter and Babar Azam going down, that would be a fantastic X factor. Who knows? Mohammad Harris getting the power play, and he goes hammer and tongs, scores fastest 50. Might chase down whatever New Zealand are going to put. But Sanjay, what do you think will be the decent total on this Sydney used pitch? When I say used pitch, this was 2 weeks ago, which was the opening game, so it was long back. But what do you think? Batting first on a semi-final, what would be the safe score New Zealand will be looking for setting?
I think anything beyond 150 would be very interesting, very competitive. But so much unpredictability from New Zealand perspective as well. They got 200 against Australia, which pretty much killed their chances of a semi-final berth with their net run rate going drastically down. I think anything over 150 would be very, very good. But Pakistan would also fancy their chances. I think if they go beyond 180, I think it might be too much for Pakistan to chase down, considering their openers are not in great form. But pretty much most of the openers around the world in this T20 World Cup have been out of form because it's been difficult to bat up front. But there's no rain around, so should be interesting. But I think 150 to 170 would be very competitive. Anything less than 150, I think Pakistan would really fancy their chances.
Yeah, and I stand corrected. Pakistan didn't announce the nation off due to semi-finals.
Holiday, I
It's
think, yeah.
hardly Iqbal Day,
Yeah.
so which is their national holiday. So Mayur, what are you expecting? Super over, because you joined the show after a long time. So are you bringing a super over with you?
Well, I would prefer a super over if India and Pakistan meet in the finals, not for today. But yeah, for today, as I said earlier, I just want the match to last at least 38 to 40 overs, nothing less than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely don't want to see a
Yeah.
semi-final which is one-sided. And yesterday I was watching the Sky Cricket podcast. Even Nasir Hussain was saying that he doesn't want to undermine the other teams who played in the tournament, but he feels that the four best teams have got to the semi-finals, and he is also expecting no less than like a 80 over proper two games with a high octane, which I think we can expect. So the game's about to start in another 10 minutes or so. Andy Handy from our regular stuff has come finally an afternoon live. Welcome, Andy. So we'll be live for the mid innings and post game show as well. Sanjay, any parting thoughts before we get back to watching the cricket live?
I mean, World Cup semi-finals have different sort of memories for all of us. You remember the 1996 semi-final from an India perspective. Then you have South Africa losing so miserably in 2015. Then 1999 semi-final. So all we need is an absolutely memorable game, one for the ages. We don't want one-sided affair here, irrespective of who wins. But I would like to see Pakistan go through because. I'm hoping India will go through, and India, will love to play Pakistan. I think that'll be a great end to the tournament.
Yep. And Andy, Pakistan are unchanged. There is no change in batting order. So Masood will continue to bat at number three, unless Pakistan have decided Mohammad Arish to come number three. We spoke about it, Harris being in top form. That probably might be the reason. And Masood, I have given my views earlier in the tournament. His strike rate has been a big concern. If Rizwan and Babar are not clicking and Masood going slow, and also somewhere on internet I saw stats yesterday that Pakistan, I think, are the second lowest power play scoring team in this World Cup. So that might probably the reason why the batting order change and Mohammad Harris is being promoted to number three.
Absolutely, and I think Pakistan might think that they have slightly edge on New Zealand because they've just won the Tri Series, won the final against New Zealand in their home ground. So, and that was chasing as well, if I remember correctly. So, I think Pakistan would be absolutely up for it. They will think of this situation where they've come out of nowhere, and they would want to go all the way. From New Zealand perspective, they've lost so many semi-finals, so many of them that they would want to go two steps ahead this time around. They were the finalists in 2021 World Cup and the 2019 50 over World Cup as well. So it'd be interesting. What's a good score, guys? Quick prediction, and then we wrap up. Mayur.
Minimum 160 to make it competitive. Anything beyond 170 is, almost a winning score because there'll be pressure for the side chasing. It's a semi-final. And just last thought, would like to see a hat trick. Probably two good bowling sides. We've seen hat tricks only by, associate nations. One by Ireland, one by UAE, but either Trent Bolt, Saudi, or any of the Pakistani pacers. We need a hat trick like for by the bowlers. It's a batsman game, I know, but bowlers also need the stardom and the glamour that comes with the game.
Haris Roth to get a hat trick. Let's wait that. I think he's the more likely one bowling at the death. Park changing batting order, Anirudh pointing out, but they don't realize yet. Yeah, I mean, opening pair has been, we've already discussed that has been a question mark throughout throughout the World Cup for Pakistan and for a lot of teams. It's slightly difficult. Should New Zealand go with four pace? They've already got their team. It's unchanged. Jimmy Neesham, he would get used as a six bowling option if required, but I think they are quite settled. They don't like to chop and change. I think anyone who does well under pressure in this game, I think we should go all the way. You don't want you don't want the winner to be decided based on some mistake or some poor judgment or umpiring decision like we've had in some of the games in the past. So hopefully it'll be a cracking first half. So, when your prediction quickly, what's a good score for New Zealand?
170 used pitch, so anything over 160 will be game New Zealand and pressure Pakistan. So I would feel that between 160 and 170, Kiwis will put the target in.
Absolutely. That would be great to see a good first half, and the chase from Pakistan. We will be back mid innings just to review New Zealand's innings and see how they went about it. Hopefully, it won't be a one-sided affair in the first half. But thanks, Anirudh, Andy, for joining in. Mayur, Suman, thank you very much. Hope to have you both back for the mid innings show. And folks who've joined and watched the broadcast, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your support. Do like, share, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you back in a couple of hours. Thank you,
Enjoy
guys.
the game.
Thank you.